Is now offering drivers licenses and IDs that comply with the stricter federal requirements under the Real ID Act. Missouri is one of the last states in the country to comply and has even been granted some extensions. KCTV5's Abigail James live this morning at KCI. Abby, what do people need to know if they're going to be traveling?
Yeah, Gina, well, beginning October 2020, if you do not have a real ID, then you can't board a flight. And I'm not just talking about international flights. This is for domestic flights as well. Now, Congress passed the Real ID law in the aftermath of the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks to increase security and tamp down fraud. Now, those without Real ID compliant identification can show other forms like a military ID, passport, or green card to fly. Non-compliant driver's license can still be used to drive, however. Now, to get a Real ID, you'll need a birth certificate, social security number, 2 acceptable documents verifying your Missouri address, and additional documents may be required if your name is different than it appears on your identity or birth certificate. But you must have those documents to make it compliant. Now, according to travel agent Kathy Sudeikis, asking clients whether or not they have gotten a Real ID has become part of the regular process. She recommends getting it sooner rather than later.
But you don't want to have to leave this and have someone mention it to you 2 days before you are trying to travel and those kinds of things, which is why on the travel agency side, we'll be proactively asking you if you've secured a Real ID if you're a Missouri resident.
Now, another thing to keep in mind is not only will you eventually need a new ID for domestic flights, but there are also new passport requirements as well. Your passport needs to be good, not expired. It needs to be good at least 6 months from your return date. That way, if you get stuck in another country because of illness or for whatever reason, you will have enough time to be able to get back into the United States. So make sure that your passports are up to date. For now, reporting live, Abigail James, KCTV5 News.
Yeah, important.